attitude about the story because somebody else's moment was hijacked. When you woke up in the morning, when all of us woke up in the morning, the story was not how great Versus was. The story was not, ooh, that was a Versus for the history books. The story was not, ooh, Versus was so good. The story is Tamar Braxton, Cash Money No Limit Versus. That, I think that did a disservice to the whole thing. Hijacked somebody else's, and I'm not implying that it was intentional. Somebody else's moment was hijacked. The next morning, none of the stories related to Versus should have had anything to do with the Tamar Braxton.
So, what is it about Birdman that has the whole industry spinning like they've lost control? Kimora Lee even has her daughters calling him Uncle Birdman. Casey Ale was out here throwing hands over him. And now Toni and Tamar are locked in a messy showdown about who really had him first. The noise around this man is wild, but the truth behind it is even wilder. Everybody's been dragging Tamar for supposedly messing with Birdman, but imagine my face when I found out Toni actually did the same thing to Tamar first. And Dote isn't letting anyone paint her friend as some relationship stealer this time. She just dropped receipts claiming Tamar didn't take Toni's man. Dote says it's the other way around. Apparently, Tamar was with Birdman first before Toni stepped into the frame. What's even crazier is that Tamar still tried to play it cool and be supportive, which makes this whole situation even more twisted.
Tamar, girl, why are you wiping the sweat off of Birdman's head like that, sis? Now, as a married woman, I think I can grab the mic real quick and speak on this, because even though it may, like, she may be innocently doing it, girl, no, you don't do that. Like, the man's been performing on stage all this time, and he don't need you wiping the sweat off his head. Now, I'm hoping it was just like a gesture, but girl, y'all are all performers. Like,
But now the real question is this. Is Dote telling the truth? Or is she just stirring the pot for attention? People were calling Tamar out for hovering around Birdman like she was the one married to him, rubbing his head, smiling at him, acting extra close while Toni, the actual wife, was at home. It had folks side-eyeing everything. There was even a moment where Tamar was moving around him like his personal shadow, wiping sweat off his face with this little smile, almost like she was the one holding the title. The whole scene made it look like she was sharing the man. And that's exactly why the internet exploded the way it did.
Tawanda, baby, I love her to pieces. But hide your stuff when she come over, because she snatched the wig off your head when you looked the other way. She's super sneaky, clever, and...
People were definitely side-eyeing Tamar and calling her out for the whole situation, and she tried to defend herself like nothing was strange at all. She claimed she was only there to support her sister, and even posted a video of her and Birdman on a video call with Toni to prove everything was cool. But trust me, nobody was buying that story. Supporting your sister is one thing. Acting like Birdman's personal assistant is something completely different. Things got so heated that Toni and Tamar were basically one breath away from throwing hands after Tawanda exposed Tamar for allegedly messing around with Birdman behind Toni's back. And all of this drama kicked off after Tamar tried to clown Tawanda by saying she knows where she lives because she was the one who covered the down payment on her home.
Do I know where you live?
Well, of course you don't come. So
Exactly.
my thing, I know where you live because I put down your down payment.
Beautiful.
And you've been stealing from me for the past couple...
That started a fire Tamar clearly wasn't ready for. But she didn't stop there. She went even further and accused Tawanda of secretly using her credit cards for years without permission. That accusation dropped like a bomb, and the whole family felt the shockwave. And honestly, it wasn't even surprising to some people, because Tawanda has long been accused of taking other people's belongings.
You know exactly what you're doing. Don't be looking like that, you snake-ass son of a gun.
Okay.
You're a snake, and then you like controversy, and you like all of that.
Okay.
So why...
Remember those old claims about Tawanda taking their mother's checks and supposedly taking money from Toni? This family's history is a whole saga. And every time you think it can't get messier, it somehow does.
Stealing from me for the past couple years on my credit cards and help
But
me.
what you steal?
I don't steal anything.
You don't? You stole men.
Who's the man that I stole?
Tony's. You slept with them
Oh,
a few times.
Who? What man?
You not get the lead. Oh,
Dirty, low down ass bitch.
Oh, you're
So
such
now
a
you think
liar.
What's wild is that Tawanda's bankruptcy papers actually mention she owes nearly $500,000. And they even list a $35,000 loan from Tamar that went toward the down payment on her house. So Tamar wasn't just talking. She had real receipts behind those claims. And it lines up with what people have been saying about Tawanda allegedly dipping into her sister's resources and acting like nobody should question it. But Tawanda wasn't about to let Tamar walk away with the win. Not for a second. She fired right back and exposed Tamar for allegedly sneaking around with her own sister's man. And that reveal dropped like a thunderbolt across the whole family. The way Tamar reacted showed she never saw it coming at all. She completely lost control, and it was clear she felt blindsided by the entire situation. But the person who looked the most stunned was Toni Braxton, because she had no idea any of this was happening behind her back. Tawanda had been sitting on this piece of information for who knows how long, holding it tight like a secret weapon she planned to use at the perfect moment. And judging from Trina's reaction, she definitely knew something, which made everything feel even stranger. Because how do you keep something that's serious hidden from your own sister? Especially when one sister is allegedly involved with another sister's man. And not even just one man but more than one.
Toni Braxton?
Toni Braxton, I got you on
Toni
the phone.
Braxton. No, Toni Braxton ain't never had your back.
I got Toni Braxton.
I want it on
No,
record.
I wanna be
want it
clear.
on national
No,
television. You want to
no.
say I don't have your back?
You didn't have
Oh,
my back
Lord
when it
Jesus.
came.
According to Tawanda, it wasn't just one. It was two of Tony's men that she claims Tamar was getting close to. At this point, the Braxton sisters look like they can't even stand each other. And the moment Tawanda dropped that bomb, the whole internet started digging like detectives, trying to figure out exactly who she was talking about. The rumor mill came back saying Tamar was allegedly involved not only with Birdman, but also with Carrie Lewis from Mint Condition. This whole situation traces back to 2011, when a blogger claimed Tamar slept with Tony's ex-husband because she wanted to climb higher in the industry and stay close to the inner circle. And to make it even more twisted, the post said it wasn't one-sided. It claimed Tony was connected to Vince first before passing him over to Tamar like it was nothing. That turned the rumor into a full-blown family scandal. Let's be real for a second. This isn't Tamar's first time being called out for getting involved with married men. She caught heavy backlash over the situation with Michael Mauldin, Jermaine Dupri's father. So when you line up all the pieces, it doesn't sound impossible that she might have crossed a boundary with her sister's ex. Especially if she thought it could help her career climb to the next level. Then the whole Birdman situation started bubbling too, and the way the two of them acted around each other had people raising eyebrows. And another thing, why didn't we see Tawanda and Trina acting excited around him at the Versus battle? If he's the brother-in-law, wouldn't they be hyped too? Their energy was off, and fans picked up on that immediately. But even with all the drama Tamar had created with her sisters, Da Brat swears this is one situation where the family had it twisted. She insists this wasn't what they thought at all, and she wasn't letting that narrative slide without speaking up.
Da Brat and Tamar worked on This Nation. They became close, they became friends, whatever. So if you know, the Braxtons came out last week, and Tawanda stated that Tamar slept with Tony's ex, yada yada yada. There was a Versus last weekend. Tamar was on stage with Birdman, wiping off his sweat, stopping him from drinking, getting drunk, whatever. Now it's going around that Tamar and Birdman dated back in '03, and now we know that Toni and
Da Brat basically confirmed that Tamar and Birdman really had a thing going on back in 2003. And the wild part is that this was before Toni even linked Tamar up with Vince. According to Brat, Tony's situation with Birdman didn't happen until way later. So the narrative people keep pushing about Tamar being out of line doesn't even fit the timeline. She made it clear that calling Tamar wrong doesn't make sense when you look at what actually happened. Because let's be honest, even with her sister marrying the man she once dated, Tamar has still been supportive like nothing ever happened. This wasn't even the first time she hyped Toni and Birdman up. Remember when she and her son dressed as Toni and Birdman for Halloween? That's just the type of thing Tamar does. And Brat wasn't about to let anyone twist it into a scandal when it wasn't. The whole situation is pure chaos, and of course the internet had a field day with it. Folks were saying a lot of these celebrity men are pass-around men, pretending women are the problem while they're out here getting played left and right. Some people even said Tamar kept the money flowing for the Braxton household, something nobody ever wants to discuss openly. But if the roles were reversed, the internet would have dragged Tamar non-stop. Toni gets a pass from her sisters every single time. No questions asked. And thank goodness someone brought up the old days, because before all these new blogs popped up, there was a site called The Pantry Report that reported years ago that Tamar and Birdman were an item. They even claimed Birdman eventually got tired of what he felt was Tamar's sense of entitlement. And that's when she ended up with Vince afterward. But what do you think about all this? Drop your take in the comments, because this story is spinning in every direction, and the truth is looking wilder by the minute. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share this video, and keep the conversation going in the comments. Don't play with it. Tap in. See you on the next one, baddies.